Hello dear students, I am Balasubramaniam. Dear students, in this video I am going to discuss the financial management question paper. I am going to give you a detailed review about this question paper, whether it is easy or difficult or lengthy. All these things we are going to discuss. Dear students, when I was discussing about the last year financial management question paper, I used a word. So this is the question paper unsystematically designed systematic question paper. But now I use a straight point about this question paper is it is a systematically designed systematic question paper. Really the question paper is very good and moderate. Even a normal student also can answer this question, and it is not that much of too lengthy. But the thing is, some problems he made some conceptual questions in such a way that the student need to think and make an attempt, because such a professional exam question paper need that much of character, otherwise it lose its value. Right, without wasting our time, let's move into the question paper. Dear students, well, we know that the question paper consists of two parts. One is MCQs, another one is the comprehensive question. Yeah, coming to the MCQs part is simply this question they asked it. This is a case scenario based question. You have to answer compulsorily. This question was taken from capital budgeting. That is nothing but investment decision. So capital budgeting, that is investment. This model already covered in our material. So simple thing is that one of the company is there already, they have some existing machine for the sake of betterment, in order to make more sales, more additional sales units, and in order to reduce its present maintenance cost, the company planning to raise additional machine. So whether this machine is worthable or not, that is the theme of this question, right? Because of time, lack of time, right, I'm not going to give an answer, but short soon we're going to declare this answer to this question, right? But this question is very simple. This question you have to calculate the incremental NPV. So incremental revenue you have to calculate, incremental cost you deducted, and add the incremental savings. Thereafter tax treatment, depreciation treatment, because the tax is there. So basing on that you can easily solve this problem, right? So here they asked, basing on this one, first they asked the profit before tax. So thereafter they asked the CFAT, and they asked a discounted cash inflows, and they asked a net present value, where NPV, present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. So if you solve the randomly there, right, automatically you can answer these questions comfortably, right? That is the question. And here discounted payback period also asked, right? That is the first question. Question is really easy. Second one, they asked that extracted from the chapter called leverages. Yeah, here you see the sales is given, variable cost is given, fixed cost is given. So sales minus variable cost contribution less fixed cost, you will get the EBIT. Financial leverage also given, right? So company wants to double its EBIT. Such a model problem is covered in our MM material. So what you have to do means you have to calculate sales minus variable cost. You will get the contribution minus fixed cost. You will get the EBIT. So contribution divided by EBIT, if you make it, you will get the operating leverage. With the support of operating leverage, you can easily calculate, right? So that is the problem, this model problem covered in our MM material. Next, coming to capital structure, the problem they've been asked. In this problem, it is a capital structure, but ultimately they asked a cost of equity, where cost of equity would be DPS1 divided by KE, market price plus growth rate. So here, basing on this formula, you can easily find it out, because in this problem what the given market price is given, and next year dividend to be paid, dividend details are given, and at the same time basing on this you have to identify that. So this problem is from a Gordon's model problem, right? Thereafter you have ZX Limited. This problem is a ratio analysis. Ratio analysis, you know that the DuPont model analysis this is. So ratio analysis, another one is here cost of capital they asked, and here it is the leverages, okay? This is, but all the questions are easy to answer, right? But you need to pay a little bit attention. Well, coming to part 2, where here part 2 we have a section A compulsory question. So this question they asked from leverages. Wow, very simple. So they have given in the problem, you see it. So equity share capital, debt, fixed cost, combined leverage, financial leverage is given. Okay, so contribution they asked. Contribution you can easily find it out, because EBA combined leverage is there. No, combined leverage divided by financial leverage, you will get the operating leverage. So once operating leverage is there, contribution minus fixed cost, you can find it out. Contribution, margin of safety 1 divided by operating leverage, and even you can calculate margin of safety equal to margin of safety you have, right? A sales, you could be margin of safety equal to profit divided by sales. With this you can also find it out, sales, right? Thereafter, if you come to the next one is working capital management, right? This question is cost of production, cost of goods sold. So average stock in work in progress, average stock of finished goods, whereas administrating selling expenses 4,14,000, receivable collection period, oh, raw material storage period, credit period. Dear students, I would like to tell you this first question is covered in our material. I forgotten to tell. So material, you can find assignment. The sixth problem is 80%. This problem matches that one. So our material. Yeah. Coming to this problem is there in our material. So similar to CRD regular problem, right? CRD 8 is there. Approximately 80% the problem remains same. You need to find it out operating cycle method. So working capital, you have to find it out basing on operating cycle method. So first of all, you have to calculate individual holding period, raw material holding period, work in progress holding period, finished goods holding period, debtors collection period, minus creditor payment period. If you estimate holding period basing on operating cycle, then total operating cost divided by net operating cycles. If you estimate, you will get the working capital. So such a model problem covered in So CRD 18. CRD 8, okay. Then the next question is they asked it. This is from ratio analysis. So ratio analysis, this problem, so inventory turnover ratio given, asset turnover ratio, long-term debt shareholders funds, debtors collection period, gross profit ratio, current ratios. Here this problem is covered, fixed asset inventories. So construction of balance sheet problem. Similar problem is there in our assignment 6 man. Assignment 6. So exactly problem by resolving the above the data, then you have to find it out this missing values. Okay, this problem also easy problem but need little bit attention, right? Coming to next question, that is a capital structure. So capital structure T limited is given equity share capital, debenture, preference, right? Okay, so risk free rate, that is nothing but risk free rate, beta, market portfolio even given. That is indirectly they are asking to estimate KE basing on CAPM approach. Debenture trading market price, debenture to be redeemable. Redeemable debentures, you can use the shortcut method, and preference shares redeemable. Preference shares also redeemable. You can use shortcut method. You can estimate the shortcut method, but the company pay tax rate. But here in this problem, they forcibly asked yield to maturity method you have to calculate. That is nothing but IRR technique based you have to calculate. Okay, yeah. Thereafter present value factors. So I told you several times in class, don't worry about the factor value they will give you, but this is the problem. But this problem is very simple. So you have to calculate KE basing on CAPM approach, and the debenture you can calculate YTM based approach. Preference share is redeemable. So you can use a shortcut method to find it out. Once the cost of capital specific cost is estimated, you can calculate weighted average cost of capital basing on market value. The ultimate issue, treatment of preference share is not there. In connection with the flotation cost treatment also no need. So that's why problem is really easy. So here the cost of capital, this problem is covered in our material. Similar CRD 22. My assurance is a 90% the problem is similar. 90%. The whatever the problem covered in our material, that would be the really worthwhile than comparing to this problem, right? So that is the question number 4, dear students. Yeah, coming to here, they asked angel financing. This theory also covered, right? In our material also this theory covered. Next coming to, this is the AB enterprise deals, hardware material, current turnover ratio 30 lakhs. Yeah, here all sales on credit basis. The customers required. So credit policies, policy A, policy B. Your policy A, policy B. Do you remember? Similar problem is covered in our material. We have a policy A, policy B, policy C, even policy D. That is nothing but evaluation of the incremental credit policy, right? Whether increasing more credit period is favorable to company or not. So that is the point. Increase in collection period. If you increase, sales also increase, bad debts also increase, right? So that's why you have to make it a observation. But where we have a 4 policies, but here hardly 2 policies. Tell me, dear students, how easy it is this, right? So similar problem covered. This problem we covered working capital management. So here CRD 10, you check it in our mastermind material, CRD 10, 90% similar problem, 90%. Well, the next one is, so here the next one what the given is, ER Private Limited has a paid up capital of 2,50,000 consisting of 25 equity share. The market price is 24. Right. This from 2 alternative. This is nothing but from capital structure. Equity and debt. Alternative A, alternative B. Yeah. So what is asking? Cost of debt is given. Equity share face value. PE ratio is a given. Tax rate. So alternative which would be advise which alternative is the most suitable to raise the finance, keeping in mind maximizing benefit to the shareholders. So here, see here PE ratio is a given, means you can calculate the market price. Each financial plan basing on that which market price, which plan gives you highest market price, that you can recommend, right? So this is the problem. Dear students, this question particularly, yeah, here is what is a 3B? 3B capital structure similar to CRD. Yes, 10th problem is there in our mastermind material. You can check it comfortably. So this is nothing but we have a 2 plans where we asked it EPS, market price and all these things, but here it covered only 2. Coming to here the theory part, if you observe, discuss 2 advantage of raising finance by issuing of debenture. Low cost to tax advantage, right? Low flotation cost will happen. Your control never be disturbed, right? Another one is assumptions of Gordon model. The next question is assumptions of Gordon model. So Walter Gordon model. So Gordon model where the argument is a DPS 1 divided by KE minus growth rate, right? So KE remain constant. KE remain constant, R also remain constant, the guarantee of return. So growth rate is constant, rate of return on reinvestment is constant. So that is the Gordon model. Yeah, leverage release, this is covered in our material. Coming to theory part, whether this theory part is covered in our material, I made little bit investigation about this question paper. Here the types of financing, this question is asked from types of financing in our material. So question number 12, you got the 100%. Right, assumptions of this one covered in a theory part of dividend decision, question number 8. Whereas leverage release, this question is covered in our question part, question number 17. And what are the overcapitalization? This is a capital structure covered in question number 10 of our MM material. Dear students, theory part is completely covered, even problematic also covered. So certainly those people who believed and followed mastermind material perfectly, right, they got 100% judgment, right? So paper really above moderate, comfortably you can answer all these questions, right? So Jai Hind.
Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session we are going to analyze the today's CA Inter SM examination. SM examination will be having 2 parts, as you already know, descriptive part and MCQ part. Let's start this discussion with one of the finest comment and very good news for all the students. The paper was moderate, the paper was very moderate, both descriptive and MCQ part was reasonably very good. Even an average student can answer this question paper. Now let's get into the descriptive part now. Right, look at the first question now. There is a compulsory question which carries 15 marks. It is based on a case study. Look at the highlighted keywords in that case study. Environment is quite unstable. First you have to watch the question tag now. Identify the organized structure, and he is asking what is the organized structure involved and what are the merits and demerits. Now very quickly look at some of the keywords present in the second paragraph. Environment is quite unstable and likely to remain so. Customer tastes or preference tastes and preference are changing very fast. There is a very strong need for innovative product launch. Means you have to eliminate some in-house activities and you have decided to outsource majority of the activities. These keywords gives a clue to the students that he is talking directly about network structure. It's from chapter 5. He is asking to identify the organized structure and write some of the merits and demerits. We have framed some funny acronyms also to remember all the demerits of this structure. Right. Now come to the second 5 marks question under compulsory part. Now look at the question part straight away. Which retrenchment strategy company is trying to adopt nowadays, and what are the stages in the action plan for the retrenchment strategy? Fine. Focus on the keywords: market share declining, accumulated losses, persistent negative cash flow statements. Then board of directors trying to find a plan, a workable action plan. So he's definitely talking about turnaround strategy, and there are 5 stages to implement the turnaround strategy. Straightforward question, a little bit case study question, but it's no problem at all for the students. Now come to the question number 5C, third compulsory question. Look at the question part straight away. He's asking us which strategy is he talking about. Business level strategy is proposed by Michael Porter. What is the name of the strategy? And kindly write down the advantages and disadvantages of this strategy. Now look at the keywords. The market for such products is very narrow. The market for such products is very narrow. This statement itself suggests that he's talking about focus strategies. On one side, there are customers who are price conscious, and on the other side, there are customers who are ready to pay even premium charges for a very good product. Means the company wants to charge low price. What is the idea of the company? The company wants to charge low price relative to other firms that compete within the same market. He's talking about focus cost leadership strategy, and on the other side he wants to charge premium prices based on uniqueness for the rest of the products offered by the company. Means he's talking about focus strategies. 2 types of focus strategies are there: focus cost leadership and focus differentiation. You can write the advantages and disadvantages of focus strategies now. After finishing off the compulsory question, now please move to the other questions under descriptive part. Look at question number 6, a very easy question. Explain the term objectives and outline the characteristics like SMART. Right, now it's a straightforward easy question. Now come to question 6b. He's talking about value chain analysis having primary and supporting activities. Both primary and supporting activities are interdependent, means they are intertwined. If you excel at both primary and supporting activities, then only you can deliver maximum value to the consumer. Do you agree with this statement? Definitely true. He's asking us only to explain the primary activities because it's a 5-mark question. No need to explain the supporting activities at all. Now please move to question number 7a. He's asking one of the trickiest question from SM syllabus. Explain the 4 specific criteria of sustainable competitive advantage. If any company wants to have competitive advantage over a longer periods of time, that's called sustainable competitive advantage. What are the criteria? Means when we are non-substitutable, value, rare, costly to imitate. You have to mention all those 4 subheadings for this little 5-mark question. Straightforward theory question. Now come to question number 7b. Look at the interesting statement he's starting with. Startups rarely aim for stability strategy. Because startups, they don't aim for stability strategy because startups will be having no profits at all. How can they remain in a situation where there is no profits? Now he's straight away asking that question. What are the major reasons for adopting? What are the major reasons for a company to select stability strategy? There are 4 to 5 reasons. Question carries 5 marks. It's a straightforward theory question. Now come to the question number 8a. He's talking about 5 forces model. Out of 5 forces, he's talking only about the potential new entrants only. Right, look at the question. What are the common barriers which may cause restraint for the keenness of new entrant? What do you mean by the keenness of new entrant? Somebody is trying to start the same business as we are doing right now. How to block the new entrants? It is the word there. Now he is using common barriers. How to block the new entrants? We have used a very funny acronyms, intellectual acronyms in the class itself. You have to write those 5 to 7 methods. Right, now come to the question number 8b. This is one of the major questions, highly probable question, as we have discussed already in one day before exam strategy also. What are the different types of strategic performance measures? Right, financial measures are there, customer oriented, customer satisfaction measures are there. There are 5 to 7 points. This is a newly inserted question in the syllabus, so it has the highest probability for September examination. Once again, a straightforward question. And last one, there is an internal choice for question 8b, known as 8c, question number 8b, internal choice. How to manage change during digital transformation. This is also a newly inserted topics. So overall, what is the opinion regarding descriptive paper? Means it's a fair enough paper. It's a very easy paper. Even an average student can answer this descriptive part for 35 marks. Now come to the MCQ part. You'll be having one case study to start MCQs. That's called case scenario 2. Case scenario 1 will belong to FM paper. Now look at the words now. There is a concept called we learn as we grow. Thereafter, growth rate is slow and market for areas are being stabilized. Look at this next keyword. Prime consideration for customers is they want quick and safe delivery of products, even if you charge more price from them also. For this, they have proposed a plan called delivery by next day. Instead of railways, they have selected airways for the quick delivery of goods to the customers. Now look at the case scenario questions, MCQs now. First one, you have to be very proactive, because the clue is you have to take the advantage, called first mover advantage in the industry, means you have to follow proactive strategy. Now come to the second question. As per product life cycle concept, which stage the organization is right now, means the growth rate is stabilized, means maturity stage. Now come to the 11th question, right? What is the main essence or logic behind experience curve, right? Costs will come down, operating costs will come down. Now come to the 12th question. As proposed by Michael Porter, which strategy the company is right now focusing, means they want to deliver the goods very quickly. Even if they charge more price also, customers are not worried about the MRPs right now, means they are focusing on a particular targeted customers, called focus differentiation strategy. Now please move to the other independent MCQs. Now look at the question number 13. Sorry, this is not an independent question. This question number 13 belongs to first case study. What is the philosophy the company is following here? The idea, they want to give the best user experience to its customers through a timely delivery and a very safe delivery of goods, means they are talking about their mission statement, right? Now let's move to the independent MCQ questions. Now look at the question number 14. Even the question appears to be a little lengthy, look at that single line. ICAI has to give that line. We can easily identify each general manager. A company is having 4 divisions, for example, say alpha, beta, cos, theta and theta, right? Look at every division will be having a separate general manager. What is the main responsibility of general manager? He is responsible to develop a very appropriate products for the customers under its division, and he is the person most responsible for generating profits, right? Look at the other phrase the ICAI has used in this question. Every division will be having its own set of competitors. This phrase itself says that it's a strategic business unit, right? Now please move to the next one. There is a question. Look at the highlighted keyword. Look at the highlighted keyword. He is talking about BCG matrix, right? A company is there in FMCG. He is trying to use a technique called portfolio analysis called BCG matrix. Now look at the keywords we have to identify. Emphasis need to be given to make a strong future with large market share. You are trying to build your market share even by foregoing short-term earnings for this business. Which strategy from BCG matrix is being pursued by the company for this white goods segment? He has 4 options now. Appropriate answer will be harvesting, right? Now come to the 16th question. Damn easy question, right? Kurt Levin's model of change. What is the order of the 3 activities as per Kurt Levin's model of change? Of course, option would be option D, first unfreezing, thereafter changing to new situation and refreezing. So my one liner about this question paper is, it's a very easy for a very sincere student, and it is a very reasonable and easy paper even for an average CA Inter SM student. I hope all the students you will get good marks in this SM part of the paper. All the best for your results.